Youth Express, live from Wilkinsburg at the Lincoln Penn Community Celebration. Coming to you live, this is John Bindley. We're joined now by Godfrey McCray. He's a Wilkinsburg community member, a Wilkinsburg High School alumni, and I'm going to let him talk a little bit about this incredible project that he's dedicated himself to, along with Sarah Jackson, another alumni. Take it away, man. What's YBC stand for? What's it all about?
Well, before I tell you what YBC stands for, we also have Danielle Thompson, who is also a founder. YBC stands for Youth for a Brighter Community. Our main objective is to uplift the youth in our community and the surrounding communities.
All right. And what do you see as the biggest challenge in doing that? I mean, there's so many, that means so many different things, and there's so many obstacles with the youth now being moved to a different high school in a different community. How do you retain community identity? What does it mean for you to be from Wilkinsburg, and then how can you instill that in the young people today?
Well, I believe just because the kids are going to a different school in another community doesn't mean they're not still Wilkinsburg. There are Wilkinsburg students in another building. They will be Westinghouse, but they're Wilkinsburg for life. I mean, this is the community they grew up in. This is the community that supports them. I'm not saying that Hunwell would not support those children, but they're still our children. So the biggest obstacle that I see is the children do not want to lose their identity. Like, a lot of them do not want to be called Bulldogs, even though that's what they essentially will be. But more or less, we're trying to make it where the community comes together and basically gives a communal hug to the children and start to bring the community back to the kids, where the kids aren't just left out, and we have the community working to help the kids in anything that they need, the way it used to be in Wilkinsburg.
That's probably the best way I've ever heard that described, a communal hug.
The communal hug.
I really like that.
It's the best way.
So with that communal hug, maybe talk a little bit about your experience. I mean, you were a student at Wilkinsburg High School how long ago, and what was your experience like then?
I was a student 6 years ago. No, 7 years ago. Sheesh. But my experience was great. I mean, I played football in all the different clubs, from the student forum to the Future is Man. I was on student council. There were a lot of things, and you know, some of the teachers are still there. And the teachers that are still there is a strong core of teachers who I'm actually sad to see them go and leave this community, because a lot of them have become a part of this community.
That's right. We had Mr. Ruffin on earlier. Can't say enough about what a force and an inspiration he is in the community.
And I would be doing a disservice if I did not speak on Ms. Boyer. Ms. Boyer has been at Wilkinsburg, I want to say 17 years. I might be wrong. But there's so many students that she's touched over the last few years, and her whole time there, I've talked with people who are in their 30s who praise her for them being who they are, and I'm the same way. So is Sarah Jackson, so is Danielle Thompson. She actually, I would say she was a big piece of YBC, because we started going into the school just to see her, and we started talking with the kids, and it became more hands-on as it became, just like when we came to the class to speak to you guys before you guys spoke at the school board meeting.
Right.
We were there with Miss Boyer, and that's how you met Sarah. And then Sarah was like, bro, we need to go and talk with the kids, come with me. And that actually started YBC, because I was like, I want to do something. She was like, I've been thinking about it, and Danielle was the same way. So it made sense for 3 Wilkinsburg alumni who we all grew up around each other. Like, Danielle's a year older than me, and then Sarah's a few years younger than me. So it's 3 different age groups, but all with the same purpose, and we're trying to bring more people to do the same thing.
In collaboration, right? And you know, all the great things going on at the Wilkinsburg Youth Project with some alumni. You know, I grew up over on Greensburg Pike in Wilkinsburg. You know, I use Penn Avenue every day. So many people use Penn Avenue every day. You know, and I can't say enough about, you know, there is strong support, and you don't hear as much about that. And I feel like, you know, that's part of the Youth Express mission, is to highlight the leaders in the community and the youth in the community that are taking that initiative. And, you know, obviously that comes from loving your community. Tell me about your love for Wilkinsburg.
You know what? I love Wilkinsburg because I wouldn't be me without Wilkinsburg. And I tell people all the time, my name is Godfrey McCray. My mother and my father definitely raised me, but Wilkinsburg helped to raise me too. I would not be who I am without the experiences that I got here in this community. And that's why I do what I do, because I want these children to have the same positive experiences that I had instead of having all the negative experiences that they have. And I also want people to stop having the negative expectation of our youth, because in the high school, I've seen so many different things where I've seen kids playing on acoustic guitars, the kids playing drums, the kids making raps about Romeo and Juliet. And I seen some kid was playing an instrument, 2 other kids had on choir robes and band hats and were dancing in the classroom. They weren't being disruptive in the classroom, they were just having fun, they were being kids, and that's what I like to see. Other things besides just the things you see on the news. I mean, we have great sports here, we have great athletes. Actually this summer, and this is one of the first times it's going to be heard public, this summer we're probably going to do a 3-on-3 tournament. We're trying to see if we can do it at Ferguson. If not, we're exploring some other options. It'll be over 2 weeks. It'll be about 8 to 10 teams.
All right.
And then we're collaborating with the youth places, so that way, my thing is now we have so many different community groups in Wilkinsburg, but they're all separated and they all pretty much have the same mission. It's all about the community, so we need to start working together to do more and more for the community.
Absolutely. Collaboration is key.
Especially I would like to shout out to the Wilkinsburg Council for becoming more hands-on. I see Councilwoman McCarthy walking in. There's a lot of different things going on in the community. Hopefully we're going to be able to get Art in the Park back this year. It'll be right here in the same place. And if so, I'm pushing for YBC to get a day.
All right. Where can people learn more about YBC?
You can always email me at youthforabrightercommunity@gmail.com. You can email my personal email, Godfrey McCray @gmail.com. We're on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. It's Youth for a Brighter Community. You can add me on Facebook, Godfrey McCray, Sarah Jackson, or you can add Danielle Thompson. We'll definitely invite you to the page. And
if you come to Wilkinsburg and you hang out long enough, you're going to see your face or Sarah's face. That's what I love. I see you guys out here doing it every time I come. And I can't say enough about how important the work you're doing is. I really admire what YBC is doing. Any shout-outs you want to give before we wrap this up?
You know, I would like to, again, I would like to shout out the teachers at Wilkinsburg, especially the core teachers that have been there for X amount of years, and the community supports you, and we're sorry for the things that are happening. I would like to shout out all the people that work in the community, especially our sports. With the Wilkinsburg Baseball Association, I would have to shout out Mr. David Reese, who is the president, and with the Wilkinsburg Athletic Association, Felicia Torpley, Cliff McCauley. They've been in the community for years, and I will honestly say that a lot of them are my inspirations because they brought me in to do certain things as coaches, umpires, and it started adding fuel to the fire that I already had. And it was a great example. That's why I said Wilkinsburg raised me, because without these examples that you see all these people that are out walking around, it's raining, it's cold. I mean, I came straight from a meeting with a t-shirt on, it was freezing, and went around the corner and grabbed the hoodie because Wilkinsburg does have stores. Went, grabbed the hoodie, came right back.
All right. Well, you're setting a tremendous example.
I appreciate that.
You for it. Thanks for taking the time to talk with us here on Youth Express. He's Godfrey McCray, one of the leaders of Youth for a Brighter Community. That's YBC for short. You'll definitely be hearing more about them in the community this summer. And this is Youth Express. I'm John Bindley, joined by Chad Green. We're going to be bringing you interviews from this event. Link on Penn. It's a celebration of Wilkinsburg. All the pillars of the community are out here doing big things.